So how do you grow your business when no one knows who you are? You've just started your company, you've shared it on social media, and you feel like the money's about to roll in. The problem is after month one, nothing. Your mum shared it to your auntie shared it to your uncle, and your girlfriend or boyfriend's become your one and only customer. And that's great, and you're grateful for the support, but that's not going to pay the bills, and that's not going to grow the business. People can only buy from you if they know who you are. And for some companies, this is so important because they rely on so much volume. They need to be heard of, otherwise people don't buy from them. In companies like mine, I don't need a mass audience. I need a very small group of clientele. But in a very saturated marketplace, I need them to only think of me. I need them to become my clientele and no one else's. So whether you're working in a niche where each client is worth a lot of money, or you're working on pure volume where you need a lot of customers on a regular basis, people knowing your business and knowing your brand can be a superpower for you. So the question is, how do you get people to know who you are? The first way to increase your brand awareness is to document what you do. I'm seeing now more than ever, people document building their business on their social medias. Across all platforms, I see a day in the life of, and those videos, because they're so authentic, create a huge following from people. People love tuning in, whether it's weekly or whether it's daily, to see how the business has grown and see what's new in that company. They're hooked in by the past. They're involved in the present and they want to be part of the future. It shows your audience what you do, and it shows you've come from humble beginnings, and everyone loves an underdog. If I was trying to get my brand out there today, I'd be posting it weekly on YouTube and long form content. I'd be posting daily with shorts. I'd be posting daily on TikTok, daily on Instagram, LinkedIn, and on Facebook. I'm trying to increase my reach so people can buy into what I'm doing and buy into my brand. At the same time as doing that, I'd be building my personal brand, something I wish I would have done 7 years ago. I'd be documenting my challenges, my struggles, and the excitement of building my new company. And I'd also be doing that across all platforms that I can. So if people go on social media and they see my personal brand, they can then be diverted to my business. And if people come online and see my business, they can then go and see my personal brand. Both brands becoming a funnel for you becoming a customer. So documenting your journey in 2025 is an absolute must. The second thing I do to increase my brand awareness is just offer the best value I can. Now, when people think of value, they always think of money, and I just don't think that's true. My dad is a builder and has been for all of his life. When I worked for him for about 1.5 years, what surprised me about his building site was how tidy it was when you arrived in the morning and how neat and clean it was when you left at night. He wasn't cheaper and he wasn't necessarily more expensive, but he just provided amazing service. He did exactly what he said on the tin. He didn't underpromise and overdeliver, and he didn't overpromise and underdeliver. He just did exactly what he said he was going to do in the time frame he was going to do it, and did it with immaculate service. If things went wrong, he was really transparent. If it was going over budget, he was really transparent. And what I really liked about my dad's service is if things weren't done to his level, to his standard, he personally would step in and wouldn't charge the customer anymore for doing so. I watched a podcast 2 weeks ago about a dog food delivery company. And after a customer received their dog food, unfortunately, they had to email in and say that their dog had been put to sleep and it passed away. Instead of an automated response, they refunded the customer in full and sent them flowers for the bereavement of their animal. Now, I don't know the price of that dog food, but I know personally if I was a customer of that brand, I would never go to any other brand for the rest of my life having animals. I'd only ever use that brand because I'd feel the service was impeccable compared to other brands, and that would create loyalty from me. So providing amazing service and creating huge value can be a superpower if you want your brand to be known. If you do something wrong, the customer will tell 5 people. If you do something right, they might tell 1. So we have to provide that service every single time to every single customer to get this right. The third and final thing I do to get my name out there is just to copy what works. It's a lot easier to walk a beaten track than to try and create your own path. In trying to create my personal brand for the last 6 months, I have spent hours online looking at other people's personal brands, their websites, their content, whether it's long form or short form, across all platforms. I've got myself a little book. I've been writing down what I like, what I don't, what I think works, what I don't think works, and what I want to copy. And there's nothing dirty about copying. You're not plagiarizing every single word. You have to be authentic and show your real self, but you might as well do something that already works. You see this from influencers online. Whenever there's a trend that's going around the world, it's not just one influencer that jumps onto the bandwagon. It's all influencers in that niche that jump onto the bandwagon because it works. And there's nothing stopping you from doing the same in your niche and in your marketplace. Whether that's pricing, whether that's the look of your website, it could even be the services that you provide. It's a lot easier to walk that beaten path than again to try and create your own in the first place. Your business will not make money without customers. So it's so important people know who you are, so they know that they can buy from you and they know what you do. So it's critical you document your journey, both personally and as a business, that you create amazing value for people with the service that you provide, and you copy what already works. You haven't got to reinvent the wheel. Hopefully this business helps any aspiring entrepreneur in building their brand or turning their side hustle into their main hustle. But just remember, when you're building your company in a world full of noise and a world full of distractions, you're the difference.